Hey folks, today, I don't even know what today's date is. Holy wow. I did not know it was already the 21st of March, but that's what today is. This is the first day that I am taking off. I've just overdone it. I pushed myself too hard and my body's flashing all the warning signs to slow down, take some time off, some slow time, and just recoup. So that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna go walking around and just looking. Snakes are out really bad right now, and that's the reason I've got the snake boots on. It's warm. It's been in the mid 90s the last few days. Nice cool evenings, and then scorching during midday. But I have not been. I came straight where I'm at right now. I had to cut one tree out of the path, and I had to drag a treetop out of the path. And I've got my chainsaw with me. We're going to continue north. I got to check the road up there, and then I'm just going to go exploring, go walk around and just look. I'm looking to see what's blooming, what's coming back, if we got any storm damage. Because the way the trees are broke that direction, it almost looks like a very small tornado come through. It may just been one of them wind blasts that you see on TV for the northern states. They get these blasts of wind that just drop from the upper atmosphere and they hit ground level and they take out everything. They're nasty. And it seems like either a small tornado or maybe a very small one of them little wind blasts. I don't recall what them things are called. But it's a pretty day. Humidity's low. It's fairly cool. It's 11:40 a.m. right now. And when I left the house, it was 83 degrees. It's going to be probably between 96 and 98 again today. But I haven't been out here in a long. It's been over a month. We're going to move up here. I just went and checked the dam. Our snake that's been here forever, he disappeared a few months back right before it started getting cold. And we walked down here, my daughter and I, my oldest one, Kirsten, and there was a water moccasin over here. In this spot, that's the first moccasin we've seen. And we seen him just around this bend right here. And so I took care of the moccasin, and I told her, I said, our little snake's gone. Because if he were still here, that moccasin would not be here. And we went and looked where he's every day of the week, you could go down there and he'd be in the same general little 5-foot area. He'd be wrapped up on a little tree like this, kind of laid up on it, or he'd be up on a little knot on a tree that's over there. And then there's one that's cut off, probably waist high, and it's got one limb coming off, and he'll ball up. He'll coil up on the top of that stump, and he's always there. And we went and looked, and he's been gone and haven't seen him since. So either a hawk or an owl got him, or another critter got him. Something happened to him. And now we're getting moccasins in here. So anyhow, it is what it is. Got my snake boots. I do got my bad guy be good utensil. So I'm good to go. And let's get on the 4-wheeler and we're gonna head up the trail. walk down here, show you guys where we're at, so you'll have a better understanding. Our brothers and sisters that have been with us for a long while, and have also been a part of Carrie Arnold and Mark Zasky with Bigfoot Odyssey and the crypto reality. You'll probably recognize what I'm going to show you. I'm watching for snakes. There's geez, slippery. It's got magnolia leaves on it, and they're like stepping on a sheet of oiled glass. Look at the scratch marks in the tree right there. Can you guys see them? I have no idea what that's from. A little too big for a squirrel. Maybe a raccoon? This is the waterfall where we come. Rosie likes to get down in there. And it's a couple of feet deep right here. 2.5 to 3 foot. But you can see up under the bank. Right there, it's like a cave. And it has brim in there that are huge, like bigger than my hand. And then you can see under the bank a little bit right here under the waterfall. It's just a peaceful area. There's the bench I was sitting on when I had that weird happening that I could see myself from behind as though I was standing up in the bushes up there, up the hill. And I was sitting here and I could see what I thought was like a big green spider on my back. And as I sat down, I could see myself sitting down from behind. And when I leaned back, I got stabbed in the back. I had a limb on me with spikes, and it got me good in the back right there. But I seen it. And anyway, it's a bizarre happening. I don't know how to explain it. But I did come back. I did film that and explained what happened. And I came back, I believe it was the following day. And I went up there and looked, and I did find footprints. Foot impressions. Let me cross right here. I'll show you where we're at, and you guys, hopefully, you'll have a little better understanding. I've got to clean this up. You see where the steps used to be in it. But we're going to redo this right here. I've got to get my hands on an excavator. I wish I had a friend that had an excavator down here that could help me. Yeah, I was sitting on this bench and I seen myself from like that vantage point up there, and there was like something big and green, what looked like a spider from that distance. And I sat down and I leaned back, and that limb with all them spikes on it, it was holly bush with the holly leaves with all the spikes on them, the 5 or 6 points on them, and they embedded in my back. But I seen it. And it was strange. It was almost like a premonition. It was just a very, very weird happening. Okay, let's walk over here. Now, when Carrie Arnold and Mark Zasky were here, this trail right here stopped right there at the creek. I did not have the little bench there at the time. It was a little bit open right there, but there wasn't a bench. Something's digging a stump out of the ground. Look at that. Probably eating termites out of it. This area, we have a lot of activity in this area, this entire area. Sometimes in some of the videos you may see stuff like this sticking out of a tree. This is a trail camera mount. The camera mounts on top. You can turn that and adjust the angle. It's a ball head, so that's what that's for. We normally have cameras there, but we got all the cameras up in the house. We got to get them cleaned. A few of them need to be updated. And anyhow, this area right here, this is Camp Carrie. When Carrie and Mark came. Carrie backed his truck in right here. Mark was parked on the hill right there. And then Mark had a gigantic tent right here, like a 20 by 20. I don't know what it was. It was a huge tent. Right over here, they dug a fire pit. So they had a little fire pit, 2 foot by 2 foot, maybe. It was small. Mark's truck was somewhere right there, I believe. Fire pit was here. The front of Carrie's truck was right there. He was parked here. Carrie stayed in his truck. Mark was out and about all the time. He stayed out wandering the woods. Carrie went a couple of times, but he had an experience and it changed him, and he just didn't want nothing to do with him. But anyhow, the two of them decided to walk down the creek down here. The fire's right here. The fire's burning. Truck here. Truck here. The big tent, and then Carrie's little tent right there. When they come back, they only walked about 100 yards into the woods here down the creek. And they both documented some craziness that they had captured on audio and video. When they come back, right beside the fire pit, they dug the fire pit themselves. So the dirt around it was just freshly piled up dirt. You know how dirt is when it's loose. I'll just give you an example. You know, if you dig up a bunch of dirt and you throw it off to the side like I just done, it's loose. They come back. You see how clear my boot print is? They come back, they had a huge footprint in the dirt beside the fire pit. It looked like a human foot. And I do not remember. Oh, that's from my daughter. We shoot into that bank right there. I don't remember what Mark said. 14, 15 inch footprint right there beside the fire. Whatever the size was, you'd have to ask Mark Zaski to be accurate. I remember when he told me, kind of blew my mind. We have seen footprints here, but I haven't seen any as big as what they captured right there. So when they went this way, this creature came out and walked right through their camp and stepped literally inches from the fire that was blazing and went out through there. We're going to go over there here. Matter of fact, let's do that now. But there's a lot of stuff that happens here on the property. And our brothers and sisters that are part of our family that have been with us for a long while, they already know. And I'll just explain it for our new family members here. I don't put our address online. It is not publicly available. The only thing that I've ever shared is that we are in the Mariana area. We're towards the west side, but anyhow, there are a lot of bad people in the world, and I doubt any of them are part of our family here. I very seriously doubt anybody here is bad. But we get passerbys that will see the video. And if they can get your location, this has not happened to me personally, but I know several people that this has happened to. And a few of those, several, are people I've known for a long time. People that I trust. And they've shared location before. And people will show up midnight, 1 in the morning, 4 in the morning, and they'll come knocking on your door, knocking on your windows, everything to get you to give them permission to go on the property. They don't come during normal human hours, during daylight hours, and sometimes they don't even ask for permission. They just show up. And I am the only male in my house, and I am not about to jeopardize my daughters or my wife over people that are just infatuated with Sasquatch people, with Bigfoot. You know, I get it. They fascinate me, but I am absolutely horrified by them. I don't like them. I wish they were not here at all. I understand they're part of nature. Here's where the deer have been crossing. That trail's beat out. They quit using this trail. Look at the leaves gone. A lot of it. Where are they coming from? Right through there. Oh, they're crossing the creek. This is the old trails right there, I think. It's going to get down in the creek. I think my feet will get wet. I don't know if these leak. I don't remember. I've got a lot of boots, but the majority of them do leak. There's a trail right there, a deer trail. And of course this one. Oh, this one's beat out. Yeah, look at that. Look at where they just wore the dirt. As they're coming. It's too thick. I ain't going through that. I know this is Tupelo, but okay, I wanted to make sure. Look at that. Even these little ones are blooming. Or is that the... No, that's this. Yeah, it's Tupelo, I think. Is that? No, I don't know what that one is. Anyhow, I get off track. Folks, I am so sorry. I have ADHD, a pretty high level of ADHD. And yes, I have been diagnosed by multiple different doctors. But I rejected the medication. I don't want that stuff in my system. I understand that I'm different and my brain doesn't work like normal people. But this is how God created me, and this is how I'm going to remain. If it causes problems where I can't function due to ADHD, then I'll get something done. But I'm fine for now. This is the trail. Oh, they're going up through right there. So this ain't the same trail. Same trail we come in on went that way, right over there. Looks like that spring is leaking again. I haven't been here and it's been over a year. I have not been down in here. So I have no idea. Oh, jeez. It doesn't look steep, but that's pretty steep. This got the camera aimed straight forward of me right there. See, I came from up there. There's spring heads in here. They're just seeping, but it wasn't this much of it. It was just right there last year. Now this whole area has spring heads. So this is probably going to collapse and then wash out. And then we'll have a big flowing spring here. That's happened in several areas. Now this part of the creek, I have ran into several water moccasins. And I'm going to give you a heads up right now. If I come across a water moccasin, I'm going to take care of him. I'm going to get him out of here. My family, myself included, we love this creek. We love coming down here in summer because this is cool year round. The creek stays the same temperature, which is 68 degrees. It feels colder than that. It's a deep little hole. It feels like it's in the 50s, but it's just due to how hot it gets out here. Got a trail right here. We've only ran into 3 moccasins that direction. That's going like straight towards Mariana right there. If you go that way, this creek probably, it may originate inside of Mariana city limits, but I don't know. Deer been going up right there too. That's steep. But down here, there's been a lot of moccasins. And I've gotten most of them out that I've seen. We missed one up that direction, about probably, say 300 or 400 yards from where I'm at right now, about 300 yards. Kim has a habit of getting in front of me and trucking it. And I keep telling her to stay behind me. I've got the gun, and I don't freak out when I see a snake. It'll scare me at first, catch me off guard, but she freaks out. I kept telling her, stay behind me in case there's a snake. I'd rather me get bit than y'all. And she got ahead of me, probably here to that green lump right there on the ground. And all of a sudden she jumped and screamed and run back. It was a sharp curve. And she said it was about a 4-foot long water moccasin that was right at the edge, about to go in the water. And she just took off running. So she don't know if it went in the water or went up in the hill. And I went up and searched. I could not find him. And the creek is like this wide, that area. The bank's taller and it's thick. And oh, it was really scary trying to ease through there because there isn't an anti-serum for water moccasin. So if you get bit, it's your antibiotic system against the neurotoxin of the moccasin, which is absolutely horrendous. People have survived them, but it's not a gamble I'm willing to take. I wouldn't want my enemies to get bit by moccasin. But anyhow, you have to watch all this hanging stuff because moccasins do climb and they'll get up on these limbs and they look like part of the limb and they'll fall on you. They're not jumping on you, but they see you coming and they get scared and they're trying to get down and get into the water. And normally when they finally get free where they can drop, you happen to be right there under them and they'll land on you. Well, they're not trying to bite you, they're trying to get to the water. Well, they're panicking and flopping all over the place, and then you're panicking, beating the tar out yourself, trying to beat the snake that's on your shoulders, and anyway, it ends bad for everybody. Oh, spider web. Right down here is where I've seen most of the moccasins, so I am expecting to see one. Oh, this is dead right here. Yeah. I don't want to go under it in case there's something under that bank right there. See if I can go over it. My plan is to go down here and then cut up the left bank. That's what I'm attempting to do. But my attempts are futile. My attempts don't never work. The one moccasin that I was filming when I ran into him and I ended up shooting him, that was right up here around the next turn. I think there's a big pine somewhere right over there. It should be. Wait, maybe that one down there. I can't tell if there's a pine over here. There's a large pine on the right side of the creek, and I'm There's a peninsula that comes out, and he was right there, and I stepped right beside him. Deer trail. There's a buck rub right there. This is where they're coming up. Should be a magnolia up over there. Right there. There's the magnolia back up the hill. We've tried hunting that trail and have not been successful. The deer outsmarted us every time. This spring is running good now. That one was dried up, and this one was dried up last year. Both of them are running. You can faintly see the water running right there. That's coming from way up there. You can see a good flow right there, and right up there, and right here. I don't know why all these springs are opening back up. That one's running really good too. This one's all the way up by the magnolia. You can't see it because of all this growth. Wow. Trying to. All right, this peninsula right here, the little point, that's where that moccasin was at. The one that I was in here filming, and I ended up stepping right beside him. And I took care of it, but not before he about gave me a heart attack. Because I was looking for him. I could smell him, but I was looking for him, and he wasn't. I smelled him somewhere over here. And I thought he was on this side, and I used rounds being real cautious to this side. As soon as I turned, he was right there. And just by luck, I looked down. There were a bunch of stuff hanging out I was cutting. Here's one of them right here that I cut off. I cut this off, and I tossed it somewhere right up in here. And that dadburn moccasin was right there. But I didn't see him until I got right there beside him. Can't go much further. We gotta. Look at that pine where lightning blew the side out. All the way down, it spiraled around it. I don't know if you guys can make that out or not. Beat out deer trail. Going right down the edge of the creek. That's why we're not seeing them. All right. Gotta look for snakes. Banded water snakes are welcome. Red belly water snakes are welcome. All the snakes are welcome. We just don't want the moccasins. Moccasins don't want nothing to do with you. But I know of a ton of people that have been at the bad end of water moccasins, including one of my teachers in high school. His uncle, they jumped into a little old pond that was in their farm that they grew up swimming, him and his brother, and he jumped on a bed of moccasins, not knowing they were there. They were just under the surface, and he had 90-something bites on him when they finally got him out of the water. He did not survive it. This is scary, because this is the areas where you'll find them. They won't be in the water right now because of how cold the water is, but they will absolutely be on the hill. Oh, that's washed out. That's where I was going to go up. It's right there. I can't now. Oh, gee whiz. Look at this Tupelo tree. I thought it was dead. There's half the roots gone right there. It's got all this new growth on it right here, but it goes up and takes a 90-degree bend and goes straight up. It's definitely not dead. All right, we are close to the boundary. I think it's a big pine. I'm not seeing where that pine is. It's right here somewhere. Oh, I see the top of it right there. Let me double check, because I'm going by an app. Where's my hunting app? Right there. On X Hunt. Okay, where am I at? Nope. Should be right there. Yep, I'm right there. See the blue dot? That's me. This red line, that's the boundary. We're not quite at it. See how far we are from the boundary from where I'm at. Right here to right there. We are 16.1 yards from the boundary. Okay. This one I wish I had a 360 camera to show you guys my surroundings, but I don't know how to edit 360 footage. I just don't have the mental capacity to learn that, I don't believe. Now, Rosie and I came through, the first time we ever walked through this part of the creek, her and I walked to the boundary of here, and there was a huge moccasin about, I don't know, 6 or 7 feet on the other side of the boundary. We did not bother him. We did not shoot him, didn't throw anything at him. He seen us. He just kind of, he wasn't really coiled up, but he wasn't laid out. He was almost like a half a coil. And when we walked up in the sunlight, which was right there close to him, then he kind of drew up into 3/4 of a coil and with his head facing us. He knew we was there, but we didn't bother him. He never come after us or anything of the sort. But he's on our neighbor's property, and we are on good terms with our neighbor. We've known him for a very long time. We've known him almost as long as we've known our friend that we bought this property from. We've known him since, oh geez, I think 2012 when we met him. So you have to watch stuff like this. This crotch of this tree, it is, well, it's even with my waist. There's a moccasin coiled up in there, and you get this close to it, and he pops you in the hip, you're in a bad way, because you can't tourniquet yourself to prevent that poison from traveling up. Here's another deer crossing right there. I might be able to get up that one. Oh, my foot is getting full of water. Yeah, these boots leak, both of them. Footprints across there. Might be a bear. I doubt anybody's been in here. I mean, you can see the creek's open, but look how thick it is on the sides. There's a deer trail through there, a big one. Or a bear. Right here's where it comes up and it turns, and then it goes up over there. And here's where they're coming up through here and right there. I don't know how well you guys are able to see that. See if I can, oh, right in the face. Right there. Let's see, we should be. I'm going to go to the property boundary. Just right up here. I hope that snake isn't still here. As long as he stays on the other side, we're good. Oh, we're really close right now to the boundary. Ow! My head. I thought there was a big pine tree. Oh, there it is. Right there. I see it now. That's our boundary marker. Okay, we're right on the boundary right now. I'm trying to get to where you can see that pine. That snake was right there, that big one that we seen last year. There's a big pine tree. You can see the top of it, like almost above us. It's right there. Giant pine going up, long leaf. That's the boundary marker. Looks like this is, oh, this is spring. Look at the footprint right there. There's a human footprint, barefoot. You see the toes on it. Looks like, if I were to guess, about a size 9. You think a person walked down here barefoot? Look at this. I'm gonna make sure there aren't snakes up here. I'll show you how big that print is. These boots here are size 13 that I'm wearing. Oh, that's probably like a size 11. You can see the big toe right there. There's a big toe. There's the heel and a little toe. I don't know which way he came from. That's all briars up in there with thorns on them. And over there. He came from this way, though. It almost looks like he walked through this and stepped. I wonder where he went. I don't like that. That's the kind of thing that's scary. The bank's cleared off there. All the leaves are raked down. Just trying to make sure I can see. That snake was right somewhere right up in here, that big one we seen. Is that a cave? Right on the other side of that log, that dead log? It's like a cave going that way. I'm not going over there. Yeah, we're on the neighbor's property anyway. That's a good excuse. I'm gonna get back over here. Looking for tracks. I don't know where he would have went up. Whoever walked across right here. Unless they went over there toward the cave. Something just came through the leaves of that magnolia. I don't know if y'all heard it. I don't know if it sounded like something was hitting the leaves as it come down. It landed somewhere over there. Could have been anything. All right, I'm gonna get back. It's kind of creeping me out a little bit. It's just not right finding human barefoot prints in here. I'm just checking my overhead. Let's see if I can get up through there. I think I can. Ow. Caught me in the eye too. I got glasses on and stuff's hitting me in the eye. Oh, this is a little steeper than I was expecting. Come on, I can do it. I can do it. Please no hornets, God. There's no way I can run on this. I think this one may be alive. Ooh, nope. It's not. Gosh. This is really steep. nobody come through here. This is Rabbit Highway here. Ow. That hit me in the mouth. Big old piece of fat lighter right there, pine. What's that? I'm on the neighbor's property right here. Just looking at this area where it's cleared out. There's not much leaves on it. There's a trail going in. Okay. All right, let's go back over here on the safe side. Get on our side. I don't want him to get mad at me for being over here without permission. It's like an old scrape. Got a trail right there, a deer trail. My four-wheeler trail's just right up here. Well, they're coming through right here too. That would be deer. Another spider web. Sorry, buddy. Ouch. Gee whiz. Oh, jeez. Bramble zone. We're on our property now. Property line is right. See the big pine tree, the top of it through there? You can barely see the top. That's the boundary. Right on the other side of the magnolia, about 7 or 8 feet. That's where the boundary line goes up and through there. Gee whiz. We're just going up the four-wheeler trail and fixing to turn to the left. It really feels good to come out here. I haven't been out here in a long time. The last, I guess, 7 years, maybe 8 years, I filmed on average 5 days a week. Was always filming. And then I had that blood pressure issue where I couldn't walk. I couldn't get up. And then I ended up being bedridden. That month I didn't film except for one video to let you guys know why I wasn't filming at the time. I filmed from my bed to tell you what was going on with my blood pressure. But anyhow, I went all this time and I'm always filming. It's just what I do. And if I get out and about, if I'm working in the back, I got a camera going. Now, I don't upload everything that I film. If I did that, there would be bare minimum 5 videos a week, bare minimum. But the majority of what I film, I don't catch anything. There's nothing worth sharing, is the way that I was seeing it. And so I just stopped uploading unless I did capture something. And then I had some I guess you can call it advice. 3 of our sisters, unrelated, 3 of our sisters on our YouTube family reached out to me and said, why don't you upload something? You don't have to upload, just when you capture stuff, but just show us the woods and, what you're doing and, that type thing. And so I started uploading regular again. And then my blood pressure went AWOL and I got off track. And then this past month, I have been working every day of the week trying to get pasture going for our goats. They need fresh green stuff growing. They can eat, what you see around me, the majority of it. There is some stuff. Tree I just passed is back over here. I'll show you when we come across another one. There are some trees out here that'll kill them if they eat the leaves off of them. And so we have to be very careful. Keep an eye on them when we let them out. So we're putting pasture out. It's safer and we can control where they're at. This briar, I don't remember the name of it, but the goats love it. They eat it like spaghetti noodles. But anyhow, I'm going to get back to just uploading what I filmed. Just try to give you guys something to watch, because the one thing that I keep forgetting, this slips my mind regularly, and that is the majority of the high strangeness that I've caught on camera. I never knew that I caught it. It was due to you people, my brothers and sisters here, that have seen stuff, have caught things that I captured on film that I didn't know I even caught it. And sometimes it was just put in the comments with a timestamp and a brief description of what was caught. And because of that, then I was aware that I did capture something. But that's how the majority of what I filmed, that's how it was brought to light, because of you guys. It wasn't because I knew it was there. It's only been a small handful of times that I knew that I captured something. The majority of it, you guys spotted. And then I was informed of it, and I was shown where it was and what was going on. And praise God for watchful eyes, and keen ears of my family here. So what I'm getting at is I'm going to start trying to just upload, whether there's anything on camera to my knowledge or not. If I do capture something, I will absolutely let you know, point it out in the video, either through editing, or you'll hear me say it on camera, or point them out. Hey, look right there, look what's there. Some of the best captures that I've ever gotten was pointed out to me. In one of them, it was from a video I uploaded the video, and then 3 years later, a man, a friend of Brother Jeff Townsend, one of his co-workers that he grew up with, working with, he spotted something in one of my videos that I had no idea was there. I knew something was there when I filmed, because you could feel it, or I could feel it. I was alone, and I could just sense something there, and I was filming with my phone, and I turned my phone to where I could sense it. and I zoomed in, and I was mentioning on camera, I could feel something in that area, like that area right there. So I zoomed in and I just scanned the area. I'm watching the phone screen, but I didn't see anything. And so I zoomed it back out, and I turned and backed out of there because the feeling it was just a horrible feeling. 3 years later, one of Jeff's good friends was watching the video, and he spotted it, what I was feeling, and I filmed it, and he sent a screenshot to Jeff, and Jeff flipped out, and he called me and said, "Oh my God, you got to see this." And he didn't tell me it was in my video. He said, "You got to see this. This is a screenshot from a video." I said, "Yeah, share it with me." So he sent it to me. And as soon as I got it, there wasn't no need to circle it or highlight it. It was right there. And I said, "Holy cow, who caught that?" And then he said, "It was in your video. You caught it." I didn't even know. And I asked him which video, and Jeff didn't know, so he had to reach out to his buddy. And then his buddy told him. And then Jeff told me, and I went back to the video and went to the timestamp, and sure enough, I'd caught it and didn't even know I captured it. But anyway, it's because of you guys and gals. That's the reason so much stuff that we've captured has been brought to light. It wasn't because I captured it and pointed it out. There's a deer rub. It's because I accidentally filmed it unknowingly, and you guys spotted it. And I had with that particular video, I did make a follow-up video, and I showed the screenshot. If I remember, I'll put the screenshot up here, but I do not have the video title, which video it was in. I don't remember. And Jeff went home to his final home, so there's no way I can ask him again. But I had this screenshot, and then one of our brothers here, he's an artist, and he took that original screenshot and he highlighted it. He brought, because once you zoom it in, Jeff sent me the original, then he's in a very a cropped in version. And I lost the original for a long time. All I have was the cropped in version. And then one of our brothers here, who's an artist, asked me if he could do a little rendering on that picture to highlight it, to highlight the areas so we could see what it looked like originally. And I said, "Yeah, by all means." And he highlighted it. And I do have that picture. If I can find it, I will add that here for you to see too. But he just highlighted the hair where because you could see it in the original footage. You could definitely make out the hair. And that being there's a couple of trees growing there and some palmettos and stuff, and he was laid there on the ground and had like his arm, like he was asleep on the ground right there. And you see his arm wrapped around, his head's laying there, part of his face, his forehead. I mean, it's bizarre. But evidently he was asleep, and somehow I walked in on him. He didn't know I was there. I assume he may have been awake and just closed his eyes so I wouldn't spot him. I have no idea. I never seen him. If I would have seen him, I would have had bruises on my chest from my knees hitting them, trying to get out of there. Because they scare me, and I don't want to be around them things. Anyhow, folks, I am going to head back to the house. I'm going to get a drink and relax for a little while. And I'll put this video together. Just give you something to watch. If you do, or if you did, see or hear anything in this video that I didn't mention, anything that I missed, which if you find anything at all, I can guarantee you that I missed it. I'm not keen on catching that stuff like you guys are. So if you spot anything, please, please, please put it in the comments with a timestamp of where it's at in the video and a brief description. It would be greatly appreciated. There's so many of us here that would be just extremely grateful if you would do that. We've got a lot of our brothers and sisters here. They are researchers. They do research the bizarre, the Sasquatch people, those werewolf things, the dog man. They go out in search of those beings, and they've got an eye for it. And so, sort of the way I do it, when someone sends something and I'm leaning kind of on the fence, is it something there? Is it pareidolia? Is it something other than what it looks like? I sort of rely on them because they have the eyes, they know what they're looking for, they know what they're looking at. And then you get 3 or 4 of them guys get on there and say, hey, that's the real deal, that's a Sasquatch. Then I take it for what they say. If they tell me that's what it is, then by golly, that's what it is. For me personally. So don't take that wrong if that offends you. I'm sure somebody's going to react. But if it bothers you, just go wipe the tears and move on. You'll be all right. I ain't trying to be mean. It's just people are getting just too easily offended these days, and that mess has got to stop. Diaper days are over. Should be wearing the big boy boots, big girl boots, and doing what's right. I want to show you guys something right quick. Let's do that before I get a drink. I'm going to cut this dad burn oak down because this gets me every time. When Mark and Carrie, Camp Carrie is literally right there across the creek. Literally. I can see it through the trees. I don't know if you can. Let me see if I can line the camera up. If you look through the trees right there, you can sort of see white in the background. That's the sand pit. That's Camp Carrie right there. We're that close to it. Yeah, I can see it through the trees. When Mark and Carrie were there, they asked me if they could do a fire. And I said, absolutely, you can do a fire. Just keep it on the sand, because we have no utilities out here. You'd have to take buckets from the creek to put it out if it gets out of hand. So the big culvert is right down there. You walk out of Camp Carrie, the road's right there. You walk down, cross the culvert, come up the hill. You turn. Let me show you right quick, like, because it's close. And just, I like looking at this when I'm over here, because Carrie's gone. We will see him again, but hopefully it'll be a long time before we see him again. Not because I don't want to see him, but I'm not in a hurry to kick the bucket, if you understand what I'm saying. All right, there's the road. Camp Carrie's right there at the top of the hill. Come down, cross the culvert right there. And this is what Carrie and Mark did to get a fire going. There's the culvert, the bottom of this run, right there. Just past the pine straw on the ground, the brown spot, right behind the little oak limb coming out. That's the actual culvert. It's under the ground right there. They walk down, they come up through here, and they needed to get some firewood and some fire starter. And they asked me about lighter, if there's any lighted wood. There's a lot of pines that are down, but shortleaf pine does not create lighter. It doesn't have the turpentine in it that longleaf. This longleaf pine here, if it dies or gets struck by lightning, if it dies quickly, it'll be full of lighter. But this one right here is an old longleaf pine. And this is where Carrie and Mark come down here and they knocked off some of this lighter stump right here to get their fire started. This is solid fat lighter. This stuff would be here in 50 years from now. It's solid and it's rock hard. That limb right there, I mean, so you can hear it. It's hard. It's hard like a dad burn rock. It'll tear a saw up. Take a chainsaw to that and cut it 3 or 4 times. You'll have to sharpen up the chain and replace it. That stuff is extremely hard, but it burns like crazy. You can see right there, Kerry cut that knot off. He cut part of this one. Move this briar. Ouch. You can see where he cut it down to there and they broke it off. And they got, yep, that whole end right there they cut off. And that's what they used to start their fire. It just, when I come down here, I remember seeing the cuts when they were fresh, and it's a good feeling. You know, my brother and good friend, Kerry Arnold, who's no longer with us, cut that tree right there for his fire. And it just makes me feel good whenever I see it. You know, it's nothing crazy to look at, but I know some of you get it. You know, certain things in life that bring back good memories, and that's one of them for me. But y'all have a good afternoon. I love you all. God bless you. Be safe and be kind. And just be blessed in all you do. But keep your eyes peeled. The world has gotten absolutely bonkers. Just try to stay out of the mayhem if you can help it. But I'll see you guys soon. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye-bye.